Let me scroll up to
Hold on,
it.
we can just be anywhere, or we got to be in a specific place.
Well, we kind of want to be in the general area so
where-
she can, because
Just so I can record.
She's recording.
Yeah.
She's recording off her headset today, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're just looking our direction.
I'm just looking around.
So you're not appearing. You're not appearing. You're just
No.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the invisible voice.
I'm gonna be invisible.
So, so the subject today is what do you think is the greatest need people have today?
Oh,
That's
Christ.
our subject. Well, that's the easy button right there. You know, that's absolutely true. So, are you recording?
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
recording. Yeah, I thought that was kind of
Awesome.
like an easy question too, but
outside of that, people need
outside-
to calm down.
exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Breathe,
no,
people,
no.
breathe. There's oxygen,
Don't-
out here. Use some of it.
Definitely calm down.
Yeah, well, it's the end of the world as we know it, and it's all this stuff that's going on, because we're I mean, we all heard what just happened with Trump and Zelensky.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
It was the end of the world under Nixon.
No,
that
It was
was
the end of the world under
crazy.
Carter.
He's a delusional person, man. All he wants
He
is collect
is,
money, and
but
people are dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I like Trump's that
and
I just
you're-
want people to stop dying. It's
that's why
crazy.
people stop dying. You're trying.
And if Russia really wanted to take Ukraine, they could have taken it a long time ago.
Exactly.
So I
exactly.
mean, this is this is
Exactly.
one of those things like he's crazy.
Yeah.
And
But that was a spanking though. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
well,
When I saw it, I was sitting there eating. I was just like,
and people, and of course people are freaking out over those people that are just, of course there's the never Trumpers who are just, I mean, it doesn't matter what he does, he's wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if he would have said, "Yeah, I'll give you this." I'm not going to give it to you. It doesn't matter.
If he hand out a check every day, they still find a reason to complain.
It's just that they don't have
Exactly.
the pushover.
Yup.
They don't have the Biden there anymore. That could
he just go.
There you go.
Just go. Okay, like that's what it seemed like they were doing before. Just go, okay, here you
We're
go.
doing the peeps now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live, buddy. Well, we're not live.
We're off the subject. I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. We're just talking. We're just talking. It's like the greatest thing people need is I mean, like Miss Williams. Calm down.
To be honest, the thing that people need the most, of course, is without a doubt, we all agree that they need Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
Jesus.
just
I mean,
that's
if you've
just
ever
what it
been
is.
in a place where everything seems like lost and you can't see the future and
that's where
you're
a
in the
lot of
depths of
people are
despair.
right now. So, and it's
lost.
Maybe some people haven't gotten to that
need
point.
to breathe and take a break. And just it's like turn yourself to turn to God and ask. Don't ask what you think needs to happen. If you ask what you think needs to happen, you're gonna get you're not gonna get the right answer, because what I want is totally different from what Jesus wants.
Yeah.
Because God wants lots of things that I'm just like, I just don't care about. You know what I mean? Because I'm a horrible human being, straight up. If you're ever in doubt,
But I
about
think,
that, trust me.
Yeah, but I think and yes, definitely Jesus, because I know that, at least for a fact for me, like when I see like people kind of like freaking out and everything, or I'm talking to another friend of mine who he kind of freaks out over like some stuff and is like coming up with stuff, and I'm just like, I have this sense of peace, like the Bible says,
Yeah, that's the reason why they freak out, because they're leaning to their own understanding.
Yeah,
and
it is, and it's true. You do have
point of view,
and I think sometimes he thinks I'm being like snippet. I guess that's the word. Kind of like put off by it or something. But it's like
I've been through
hey.
more, elections and political stuff, and I look at it this way, at the end of the day, I have to plan out my life. Go to work. Before I became disabled, it was go to work, pay. None of my life, the things that happened in my life stopped. Whoever's in office.
It was all still going on. That's right.
I had to get up and go on with my life. Whether I like who was in office or not, it never mattered to me, because at the end of the day, none of these people know me personally to knock on my door and go, "What do you need?"
I just find it interesting. Well, because like I said before, the Lord slapped the taste out of my mouth with alcohol. I wasn't paying attention to anything. Like, I didn't know anything that was going on. But now that my eyes are open and I see it, I can almost say it's like a hobby to just know. But I mean, that's the way I can describe it. But it's like, it doesn't put me off and it doesn't stress me out. I just enjoy seeing what's going on and seeing what the Bible says, and then when I'm
watching something that's like, you know, political or something else, or something that's, and I'm watching something that's really making me mad, I know I'm on the wrong track. Because I mean, you know, there's things that's like, okay, if it's really making me mad, I'm internalizing this. So this is about,
you're making it personal.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
making it personal.
I don't think it's wrong.
Even though I might be watching the right thing, because I want to know what's going on. Right. I want to know. Yeah. But if I'm sitting there if I'm watching it, and, you know, say I'm watching, you know, something that's actually, you know, really important to me is constitutional rights, and I'm watching somebody just tromp all over somebody's constitutional rights, and I start to get really mad about it. And I go, first off, what am I getting mad about? I'm getting mad about a video, okay? So, which is not going to change according to what I'm doing. No. And the other thing is that it's okay to be annoyed by it, you know, to be bothered by it, but
or concerned.
And concerned about it, but not be mad.
Well,
and, you know,
no, actually, you can be mad.
Sin not.
Yeah,
so
be angry.
Yeah.
Because when they're killing,
there's a righteous indignation,
right? Because when there's like
versus impotent rage,
right? Because when you hear like they're killing babies and they're like doing this and like, you know, like the DNC or whatever have that. There's certain things to get mad about, because really, if you don't get mad,
there's one thing to be angry,
then like you're not gonna go out there and like, you know, something, you know what I mean?
Like,
but you can be angry, because being angry kind of gives you that fire. Like, maybe let me speak out on it more. Like you know what I mean?
May drive
like
you
when
to make a decision.
to make it to make a decision,
but not
or to
become
like
a
do something.
vigilante
But
or
not
something like
right.
that.
Exactly.
But what I'm talking about is
if it takes up your mind. Yeah, if it takes up your mind and you're constantly.
But it's also giving you, you know, you have that. It's like if I talk about it when I'm that mad, I'm not gonna be coherent. You know what I mean? I'm not going to.
That's one of the things that I do notice when you get mad to a certain degree. You know.
Yeah.
You have to calm down. Because you know, when you look at, you know, because, you know, the reason, you know, I look at people around me, you know, the situation, you know. My mom actually broke down in the grocery store the other day and had a moment, you know, you know, and I was like, there are seasons in life that happen, good and bad. I don't care who's in. It has nothing to do with who's in office. It's just you go through trying times, you know, and sometimes it's through choices that you make personally, you know, and I'm like, you know, you're looking over there instead of, you know, what you did that caused this situation, you know. And I'm looking at her, you know, freaking out in the grocery store, bagging up groceries, and, you know, she just, we gotta get rid of him. We just gotta. And I'm like
a nervous breakdown or something.
Yeah, I'm like, lady, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, and I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, there were some choices that you made that caused this situation. And I'm like, you know, so he ain't got nothing to do with it. But it's a season that gotta work out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get better.
But the breakdown was over a person?
oh, we got to get rid of Trump. We just got to get rid of Trump.
It's a Trump thing.
It's that. Yeah,
Trump
there's a
thing.
lot of that going
kind
on.
of thing.
And it's like, and
that
it's like,
TDS stuff.
Yeah, it's called-
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
lefties losing
It
it.
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the situation that
Trump
happened.
derangement syndrome.
well, and,
Right.
and the thing is, I mean,
It's been
And-
like
and
this
I
month,
said
though.
That amazes me because
we've all had people in office that we didn't like.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we
And
had to deal with
And it
it.
doesn't matter who it is. If
Yeah.
if you didn't like Reagan, if you didn't like, George W. or George Senior, or you didn't like, or you didn't
I wasn't
like,
even into this stuff then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
You didn't
That's
like
the thing.
Obama, or you didn't like. I don't care who it is, or Bill Clinton. Okay. One of the things I've figured out over all these years is that, this, just like Miss Wolf is saying, this is a season. We are in this right now, and this is only going to last so long, and it's only a small percentage of your own life. And no matter what happens, I can tell you right now, eventually the whole thing's going to flip. Whether it's in 2 years when at the midterm election,
the midterm,
or in
yeah.
4 years, and the next election.
I don't think
even
Democrats got a chance at the midterms.
Well, yeah, I don't think they do.
I
But
pray not.
at the same time, it depends on what happens. I mean, right now it depends on how bad people don't want Trump to be able to do what he does. That's what's going to be. What it's going to be. I mean, he lost the
Especially
last
with all these
election.
investigations and things that are going on. And,
outside of politics,
the
I don't care
unveiling
about
of all the
politics because
fraud.
I see something more was more going on. When you start, I watched the video, and then I talked to, I got brothers and sisters in Christ that's over in the UK. I don't know how the government knows these things. Don't ask me. But you get arrested for praying in your head.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I've heard that.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah,
I've
and
heard
it's
about
like,
that.
it's exactly, and what's happening.
That sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
biblical stuff. That's the stuff that we read about in the
and
Bible.
that's-
You know?
Yeah, that's
like you're
Who was
praying
the
with
prophet?
what's on your mind.
Who was it that was who was caught? It was Daniel. Daniel in the Bible when he was
Yeah,
praying.
He's
in
caught.
his
Yeah,
room.
yep.
Tell him not to pray,
And he was
has
just
any
like,
request,
it was
make
a-
it to the king,
king's decree.
and he went to his window.
And he prayed even louder. Like, I mean, it's there. There's like, there's like the funny thing for me is like I am into politics now, which is really weird, but it's like I'm just like so into it now. Not like everything because my brain I can only understand, but so much.
And one of the things about it is we always have to understand because we're kind of a mind to a certain extent here. We're as far as it's concerned, we all know people who are Christians, who are devout Christians, who follow Christ, and they're interpreting things in a different way, and they're looking at things in a different way, and they don't think the same way we do about a lot of these things because they are. They kind of go to the "What would Jesus do?" and Jesus would
They
want.
don't have the revelation.
Well, they're looking for. They're saying that there are points in the Bible where it says, yes, take care of the immigrants. Okay. And it does say that do not ostracize.
Yeah, it says like who is your neighbor?
It's right,
it's
and
not necessarily the person who lives
exactly.
next to you.
And so there are parts in that. Now that being said, there's also
right and wrong.
Differently,
you have to do
right
things
and
legally.
wrong. I mean, did they enter the country legally?
Right. Right.
Are they doing acts of violence?
Yeah.
Not all
is
the
there
illegal.
drugs?
Not all
is there
the
human
illegal.
trafficking?
Only a small percentage of those who are here are doing the bad things like that. On the other hand, what percentage is acceptable?
People are always been seeking asylum. Asylum and defecting and things like that to come to this country.
But the problem this time is...
what other country can you think of that, if someone was coming over here like like there was some kind of Olympics or something, and then the people come over to go over that country and they say, I'm defecting, You hear people coming from Cuba, they defect.
Hey, Red
people
Nails.
go from Russia or something like that.
Wow,
Like,
I cannot get my hand to open up. Open up.
Oh, hey.
Right now.
Trust one.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Ro-
Oh, man. So, what was the topic again?
it was you forgot.
I
What
forgot.
does this world
I
need?
forget it.
What is the most
What
important?
the world
What do you
needs
think
now
is the greatest need
love,
people have
sweet
today?
love.
That's
Yeah,
the
that
topic.
was it.
And of
Yeah.
course, we
What is the
came
greatest
to
need people have
Have a
today?
Coke
You
and
know,
a smile.
Being Christ, of
That's
course.
right.
Have a Coke and a smile.
That's right.
Uh,
So yeah, and of course, as we all agree, everybody, what people need is Christ, is Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. They need to be turning to God for their
Need a
needs.
relationship with God,
Yeah.
the Father,
Yeah.
through Christ. That's what we all need.
because he
Because if
like,
we don't have that,
yeah.
we're really
Because
dead.
having Christ,
in a way.
like I said before, it gives you he gives you a sense of peace throughout this whole thing. Also, it gives you wisdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with
And
insight, wisdom.
so when we see people like
revelation,
freaking out and we're
knowledge.
doing this, it's like, why are you doing? And I also think he gives us better ears to like grasp the concept, because some people aren't quite listening. You know, they keep saying,
Well,
"Oh, they're gonna just deport everyone." It's like, no,
There-
certain
that
like
doesn't make
it's-
any sense.
You
That
it's
doesn't-
just-
know,
yeah,
black
it's like
people are getting
some things-
deported, right?
you
You know?
yeah, some things
They're-
people hear
they're
that they
listening,
just
they're listening, but they're not listening.
They're not
to
here- right.
God.
right, and it's
But
just
at the same
like
time, they're yeah. I mean, it's like and listen, our side is just as guilty as their side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
It's a
no,
lot
Because I
of
remember-
it's a lot of mob
they're
mentality.
listening to
going
Yeah,
on.
a
there's a
bunch
lot.
of propaganda.
There's a lot.
They're listening. They're being gaslighted.
exactly.
You know?
And that's what I think following Christ gives you. He gives you, like you say, he gives you
Yeah.
wisdom. You can kind of like, you can break through like the nonsense.
because you're going
You know?
going against that world.
Well, it's like,
grain.
it's you know, I have a
You're not
sister who
being
is-
you're no longer under that influence, because I know
Uh-huh.
what it's like to be in the world. You
Yeah.
want to be accepted by the world.
Uh-huh.
You know,
yeah.
and
I
sometimes
have one
that leads you
sister
to do
that,
some
that is convinced
stupid things.
she's a naturalized citizen. She was adopted Korean
Mhm.
back in the early '60s,
Hmm.
and she's a naturalized citizen. And for some reason, she was convinced that she's going to be deported.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Yeah,
sad
it's like-
part.
it's
People are
like,
getting
what-
so
what are you listening
wound
to
up
that-
about
that makes you
and
think
the
this?
media sort of
And-
stirs up that kind of fear.
exactly.
They
as well.
do, and then the other,
And,
and
you
so,
know,
it's like-
something
it's-
that I've worked with a lot of immigrants, and you know, the funny thing is, you know, when you come to this country and got your card, you know, your work visa or whatever visa you
Green
have,
card and-
the benefits that you get. Now, that's the good side of coming here legally, and you get the
Mhm.
temporary visa and everything. You get a lot of stuff, okay? Because I've had friends that were so excited, you know, they're going to become citizens, and I was like, you know, because there was a man that owned an apartment and a store down the street from where I used to live. He was Iranian. And before he became one of us, life was good. Then he became one of us. The property went down, the store went down. All he did was complain. I said, "Welcome to America." You are not one of us.
this is in paradise, you know.
but
you have opportunities here, you know.
Yeah.
Because I know
So
plenty of people who they wanted to.
stuff. We
they-
can't
they
go
were in
to
other
another
countries and they
country
wanted to
and
come
get
here.
credit
They
cards
were-
out the yin yang.
Exactly.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
We
True.
can't
So-
go somewhere else and get all those benefits that that you get here. We can't go
Mhm.
anywhere and get that.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
And
You
then
can't even
but
own
when-
property anywhere else.
Nope.
But tell me, how does this? How should we? Because this is still a Christian podcast.
Mhm.
I still
that-
tell them the truth. I
and
tell
that's
the
just
truth.
it. How do we talk to people who and I'm going to go with both sides. The reason I'm going to do that is because I remember when Obama was president, and I was watching what he was doing, and I was kind of on, you know, I was saying some pretty stupid stuff. I'll be honest.
I didn't even know
There
what was
was some
going on
stupid
then.
stuff coming to my mouth. I mean, it wasn't the birth thing. It wasn't that. It had to do with my example is remember when the Ebola thing was happening.
Vaguely.
You know, Okay, so there was this whole thing where Ebola there was an outbreak of Ebola, and then there was this whole thing where everybody was being really super careful about people who came back from that area, potential and everything. And I think there was like 2 cases in the United States. Yeah. And so, being pretty dumb about these things at the time, I did sit there and say, well, we need to lock this stuff down, kind of concept. Well, I know what a lockdown does now. It does nothing. Yeah. But
yeah.
But at the same time, Ebola is a much different animal than COVID ever was. Okay. So we have these things that like that, and I look at that how I was then, and I see how they are now, and I'm like, I understand what you're going through, and it's not it's not because you're dumb, because you're not dumb. And we need to remember that when we're talking to them, as I think some. Exactly. You need Jesus. You need to find the peace that transcends all understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have that, you can look at this and say,
one thing, they're
you do. I mean, your eyes like totally open up. You don't. You need
to look at it with through
different eyes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If you look at it through the eyes of Jesus,
there's a lot of ignorance.
There are some things going on that if we really look at it through the eyes of Jesus, we may not be happy with everything that's happening.
Yeah. And you got to realize too, we are not dealing with flesh and blood here. We're not, because the certain things that are happening with a certain side, like those things should be a good thing. But when you have people that are just like, no, it's like you can almost look at their face and just see it, like in their eyes. You know what I mean? They have this certain look.
It has to be. It has to be something.
Yeah, it's definitely.
You and I had a conversation the other day, Dars, about somebody who was actually putting up a statue of Trump.
Yeah,
and, like elevating Trump to like the golden calf level.
Yeah.
Okay. And and we have to understand that. I mean, this is some of the things that some of the people on the right are doing, and that's wrong too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Trump. They're doing Trump worship, like
they're doing it. They're elevating.
Not a lot.
A man
whoever,
a man into
whoever did this video,
partial deity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, that's
what
wrong
people on the left try to accuse anyone who supports Trump of doing.
Yeah, well, they do. Well, they
obviously you have to be careful about something like that.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Tend to go overboard as well. When it's like, as soon as they find out that you're not talking like them and thinking like them, and I'm telling you right now,
especially like if we sit there background as someone like.
I'm trying to be a voice of reason on this, because as much as I see it happening with the left talking about the right, I see the same thing about the right talking about the left.
Well, they're two wings of the same bird.
They are, and where's that scent? It used to be, used to be most of the country.
Just because the president's on the left, and just because the president's on the right, doesn't necessarily mean they have that God's guidance.
They didn't. No,
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Our leaders.
We're supposed to pray for our leaders,
because we need God's intervention. Because the
thing
of it is,
every person who says that they're on the right or
these are people
isn't being a Christian or a believer in Christ.
Yeah.
No, and it's not
an incredible amount of power, but also an incredible burden.
But see, and people on the right are not necessarily like, okay, I guess it's like that circle. Like, okay, you have a circle with non-Christians, and then you have a circle with Christians, but they kind of intersect somewhere. And it's like, if these people would just give their life to Christ, look, one circle. But it doesn't say that they do not carry the same thought of, what's good, like no abortion, and two sexes, and marriage between a man and a woman. Like they have that. Everyone thinks the same. It's just these people over here are not Christ-centered, but these people are. What I'm going to say on the left thing, and I will say it, and the left can be mad at me whatsoever, but it just so happens that the majority of left does say, hey, a woman has the right to choose. Everyone should have the same thing, and it just so happens that that's the way it's separated.
If you support that, I can't.
You know what I mean? Exactly, and that just happens that that's the way it's separated.
The ideology that's pushed.
Because if you believe that there's more than one gender,
we spent 4 years to all these hundreds of gender identities.
But some of the people on the right, they come across to me as like militant. If they're not really,
well, there's extreme people too on the whole thing. But the basic thing is like, hey, if you are for what God is for, then that's good. That's good. That's it. That's where you need to be.
Use their common sense.
And I think in this day and age,
it's
people
obvious.
It's against the law these day and age. Common sense? What?
What's that? Can't use everything's got to be all crazy.
You gotta go by feelings.
Yeah, because they're saying that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy, and
and that's Satan because he's all about chaos.
I've encountered so much throughout this past year, whether it be homosexuality or abortion. And every time I encounter that, or I speak to a woman and a man, both, the first thing that I start with is the love of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
The love of Christ.
Yeah, that's where it has to start.
Yeah.
And that's where I start. And you know what? The Holy Spirit just leads you. But the thing about it is, you just don't stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you talk about the love of Christ, it doesn't matter because it's for everybody. I don't care if you're an immigrant or whatever, it's for everybody. So when I speak to whomever it may be, yes, the love of Christ is first. But I also talk about the man that died in the middle cross. How he died for our sins. So I let them know also the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But I know that all I can do at times is just plant the seed. And sometimes I feel that that's all I'm supposed to do at that particular moment. I can't go in,
that's all. Yeah, that's all you can do.
I can't go into at moments and times the politics does pop up. I do try to avoid it as much as I can. But at times it does.
It might cause.
It might cause, conflict. And not only that, I don't want the enemy to consume me. I don't want the enemy to give me any other thought than the love of Jesus Christ and what He stands for you, and everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I guess the basic is what I'm saying is, it's hard. It's hard. I've been there. I can see it. I can see the I can't even say the word now.
Ideology.
Ideology.
Ideology is more accurate.
Ideology.
I'm sorry.
Ideology.
I apologize.
It's all good.
But
Not idiots.
I can see it. I can see the words being used. I can see someone say higher power. I can hear somebody say the eye of the triangle. I can hear them say that, but I cannot let those words or the topic infect me in such a way that it deters me from spreading the gospel of who He truly is and what He can do and transform you. But I do that. The first thing I start out is there's one that will never stop loving you.
I mean, I
had the point. I had the point, like I said, my mom had that moment, and I pointed her back, I said, who are you trusting in, a man or God? It's because regardless of who's in office or in power in this earthly realm, God still rules over them all.
Yeah, he's still.
At the end of the day,
saying when I'm watching Biden screw everything up.
Because at the end of the day, my trust and my focus is Christ. Because I live in a broken world. people make bad choices and bad decisions. Yes, there's sometimes their choices and their decisions have an effect on me. But I don't let it consume me. Because at the end of the day, my trust is in God. Not in
Trump, not in
Well, this is the thing. The thing that kind of makes me like, just it kind of makes me nervous because I really believe that the Lord gave us grace this time. Because it could have happened the other way just as easy as it happened this way. But I do believe the Lord gave us grace. But what makes me nervous though is seeing how much people are like relying on this one man. Like Trump can do this and Trump can do. Trump is not God. You know, he's smart. He's got the thing. We got a great cabinet. Everything is good, but I just see too much of
it was God's
the
grace.
Trump. Yeah, it was. We got grace.
The House, the
we
Senate,
got grace exactly because God doesn't do anything halfway. He gave.
Well, and
like
and let me tell you. So I'm going to challenge you on this just a little bit, and I'm going to tell you because remember, all authority comes from where?
Yeah, it comes from God.
All authority comes from God. So whether so if you have a person in authority over you, you have to keep in mind that God put them there for a reason. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And that includes the people you don't like.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. That's why I said that I think God gave us grace.
I mean, didn't God say something about choosing Pharaoh?
Yeah, I mean, you're right, exactly. And it was like because we wanted to, we wanted to get away from him and have like, you know, do all this other crazy stuff and want to worship this and have flags flying for this and doing that and letting it all hang out and stuff like that and definitely corrupting children. You know how God feels about his children. And so that's who we got because that's what the people wanted. So now, like I said, I do believe, and I firmly believe in my heart, that he gave us grace and said, okay, here we go. Because we know it's wrapping up. Things are wrapping up. Yeah. I mean, you can tell. I mean, just all the stuff that's happening every day.
I'm totally convinced that God put Trump in that position. Because, like,
to
there was
give
a time
us another chance.
I could have just threw my hands up and said, forget this politics stuff. After my vote for Obama and being greatly disappointed in his first term. You know, I
didn't even know what was going. I didn't even know what was going on there.
Something in my heart. Something in my heart. I didn't even know Trump that well, but something in my heart was like, I can't hardly wait until Trump get into office. I don't even know why.
Yeah, and
I just had that. And
in
my heart.
It was different. Yeah, but the thing that makes me nervous, like I said, is
stuff up and putting it back where it belongs.
I know I'm playing with it too. Yeah, the thing that makes me nervous though is that
Miss Wolf and I are picking them up and
all the Trump worship and all the you know Trump gonna do that. Trump can do that. It's like it's a collective because it seems like it seems like we can't just sit back. Now is really the time to like spread God's word and stuff any way we can. I'm home all the time, so the way I do it is through Facebook and this and that. This is the time where we can't say, "Oh, we were scared."
Censorships and things like that.
Yeah, that's like not even there, right? So we got we can't say, "Oh, like I was nervous." Like there's no reason to like even be like scared of that anymore. Like things are open for us to do. You get out
openly
in public,
praying in the White House,
in person. You got what you do, right? Any way we can do it. You know, I do with mine through Facebook.
What did Vance when he went to Europe?
This and that.
He chewed them out about what I was just talking about earlier. You know, when Vance went to Europe. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about the prayer thing. People not being there to pray in public, not being there praying out.
Oh yeah.
And when Vance went to Europe,
they prayed at the cabinet meeting, and I was just like, "Go Lord!" Like that was great. Yeah. You wouldn't have seen that. And the other were like,
you know,
"Oh man, it was amazing."
When did you ever see anything like that during the Biden administration?
Exactly. I was so excited when I saw that. I was like, "Go Lord!"
One of my points about Christmas or anything.
It was amazing.
But I'll be honest with you. One of my points of view is that we should not have a theocracy. We should not have a man-made religious-based government.
It can go that way too.
Something else. I'll speak out against that.
Constitution. That's what they don't understand.
That's not just. and it's not just because it's in our Constitution. It's because
that's something that they think the separation of church and state. Now that part that means that the government can't dictate what religion runs runs this country. Everybody has freedom of religion,
choice, stuff like that.
That's what it
Europe
means.
But the reason I say it's not just because it's in our Constitution. You know, there's the separation of church and state from the Danbury Letters is actually more of a protection of the church from the state than the state from the. But the reason I say it is because I know people. And if you take and you create a theocracy where people are religious, you have a religious test for government, which has happened in the United States before.
Yeah, you couldn't be Catholic and be in office.
That's right. And in many states you couldn't.
That's why Protestant, they were trying to question
or you
John
had to be Catholic. It was Protestant. You had to be Protestant. You had to declare yourself as Protestant to be in a state government. And so there used to be a religious test in a lot of things, and I disagree with that because then the faith will be used as a bludgeon against people.
Yeah.
And you will be told that if you don't follow what we do, you're sinning.
Yeah, it'd be just as bad as a dictatorship.
And it would just be
the
a
main
religious
reason.
based
That is the reason why people,
so,
when they came to this country to found the founding fathers of this country that came here, because they lived in an environment where whoever was in power, that was the religion. If the king was Catholic, then the Catholics
people were Catholic. That's right.
The Protestants.
That's right. The Church of England.
But I don't think that's
the Church of England was.
But I don't think that's happening here. That's not happening here.
No,
even though
that's not happening here.
Okay,
because
even though Vance was saying, this is like
what that will argue up and down. We have a theocracy. This is a Christian country.
It ain't like the administration that now is saying that everybody have to be a Christian.
But they're just what they're saying is just what
saying that.
What is right. What is right? We want their kids not. We want the kids to get back to the reading, writing, and arithmetic.
He does acknowledge Christ. He doesn't dismiss Christ.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the fact that they're talking about it because, I'm definitely all for freedom of belief, but I'm also like, someone has to bring the 10 Commandments back in, and what is is good, and the 10 Commandments, if that our Creator is the Lord. Like I'm getting
and if I want to, as
our Creator is the Lord.
If I want
the pride flags, prayer,
exactly. That's a different idea, a whole different idea.
Yeah.
If I want to pray anywhere,
I want to exactly.
Yeah. I don't care if I'm in a government building or a school.
Exactly.
I mean, it's demonic if they're saying you can't pray in your own home.
Hello.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
That is
I'm gonna look that up because that's one of the things that really.
Who's gonna know that you're praying in your home?
Get out of my head.
And if you know that prayer, demons know that prayer is effective.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to pray anywhere.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That's why I'm like, you can just see that we're not dealing with flesh.
They don't want you to be in your private closet, like the Bible says. Get a loan. In the privacy of your own room. And
crazy.
And before God.
Yeah. I'm praying
Who's
in
going
my
to be affected by that? The demons know they're being affected by that, so they don't want that.
You said something about the 10 Commandments, but nobody's that perfect.
Yeah,
that is true too. That is true too. It's like the Beatitudes.
I can't say that I
the
keep the 10 Commandments now, and I've been a believer.
But at least, knowing
exactly.
knowing the 10 Commandments, at least knowing them, because not everyone knows it. But if you say the 10 Commandments are okay, everyone knows not to steal, but people do it. And then of course, if you do under $1,000, you're good to go. I mean, it's just stuff like that. The 10 Commandments is pretty much common sense.
We all
this
know
is
that,
how you should be.
When you take something and you have a conscience, you know it's wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing is about me when I was in the world and I stole, I knew it was wrong, but I was like, I couldn't help it. I was driven.
But you had the rules. You had the law of God written on your heart already.
Right. And that's what I'm just kind of saying.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal.
Let's bring.
Shalt not. You know that you don't go to your neighbor's spouse and take them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You shouldn't do that. We've had this discussion.
And steal the dog.
And there's going to be consequences.
I'll tell you something that used to be. I'll tell you something that used to be. A lot of people don't know. Back in the 70s. before they took the commandments out of the schools and everything. It was the power of suggestion. They used to use that in the stores. When you used to go into a store in the mall, they used to play, like classicals, easy listening music, but it had
like
a message up under it. Yeah, you used to have a message.
I heard that.
You
I
don't
just never
want
knew
to
it.
steal.
Yeah,
You don't want to steal. It's wrong to steal.
Yeah.
Theft rates were down. The minute they stopped doing that, theft rates went through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ten
The
Commandments are
power-
just,
the brain is the
it's
powerful
just
thing.
simple. It's
It
just,
is.
it's just simple thing. I mean, it's like, you don't have to
Knowing-
march up a mountain on your knees or anything. It's just the right, just.
It's in there honoring your father and your mother. And okay, so hang on just a second. My parents didn't have it.
I mean, it's
But my
hard. It
parents
can be
abused
hard
me.
for some people to do, but
So why would I honor my parents if they abused me? Well, now we have a different conversation.
But if we
Okay,
get it
but,
in the schools at a younger
Yeah. But the
age
thing
and
is
get
to
that
think,
other
how
nonsense
are you
out.
supposed to feel when you become an
It's like-
adult, and maybe your parents were maybe abusive or neglectful? How are you supposed to think of your parents when you become an adult? Because what are you gonna harbor bitterness?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
are you going to break the cycle or are you going to continue
Right,
the cycle? And I
yeah.
think part of the,
Like
part of the
Dr.
concept
you don't.
of,
Yeah.
but part of the concept of honoring your father and mother,
Because maybe
even
your
though
mother,
they
father,
may
they
not
didn't
have been
know.
good
They
parents.
wasn't taught anything.
Right.
they weren't
They
taught
wasn't
properly,
raised up
and
in the
you
same
know that what they did was wrong.
Yeah.
So are you going to
Yeah, you're
Carry
gonna
that
continue that
on.
cycle,
Break that
or are you
cycle
going to
and
break it?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and so, and how does that? But the question, I broach on this is how do you honor your parents when you're breaking that cycle? Who were in that cycle? Okay,
Well,
are you honoring your parents?
But
or
maybe
are
you have to be set the example.
Yeah.
Maybe your parents can learn something from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Christ.
think honoring
I
too
mean,
is
of
just.
course, you want to represent Christ as a believer. That's what you want to represent Christ. You see?
Yeah.
And if your parents don't know Christ,
How are you?
But I think
that's the type of mindset you must have.
Yeah.
And being being Christian too,
You want to,
forgiveness
yeah.
for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think shows like the biggest honor because there are some corrupted parents out there. But it's like, but Dr. Phil also says you got to
Dangerous
rise
parents.
above your raisins sometimes. And it's like, once we become like adults and stuff, we have to kind of like, be like, okay, they weren't the greatest and you're mad and they stunk and this and that. But it's like, it just kind of like, you just have to forgive because some people just don't know. They think they're doing right. And some people know that they're doing wrong and they don't really care. You know what I mean? But
Keep going, Albert.
As
If
a
you
believer,
forgive-
sometimes even if I know that a parent wasn't all that great to a child, it's hard for me to look at a child disrespect their parent.
yeah,
I know that their parent
everybody
was
goes. I
probably
think
act bad,
kids
but-
go through that
But,
crazy.
but
like,
when you see that, I can't agree. I just can't agree.
yeah, it's
Sometimes,
I can't.
I
just
look
looks
at
bad.
the situation. I look at the situation. When you have parents that are not leadership in their home, and they raise friends. They raise little partners, little friends. You're gonna get misguided and
short.
look like your head's on the thing.
you're gonna get that undirected, undisciplined behavior. But when you have a leadership, whether they're Christian or not, when you have a leadership that has that guidance for the children, you get better, responsible children. That latchkey kid idea it turns a lot of kids loose, and then the generations after that have been left to their own sense. Started with the latchkey kid.
Well, I was a latchkey kid,
As a person who
'cause
transport kids,
but we
I've
knew my
seen some
parents were
little
like,
kids,
no
latchkey kids are
nonsense.
so young. I was like, what in the world is that child doing with that key around their neck?
Yeah.
That little, like a little baby, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them started as 5, 6,
And I'm like,
7 years old.
I'm like, you go
And-
home all by
we were like
yourself.
we were like in fourth
Yeah.
grade, but like where we live
Yeah.
was like a development anyway.
I
So
think
like
it was younger than
Yeah.
that. I
that
think it was
everyone that was there
younger.
went
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
but
the
you
school.
said-
I-
and
but
then
but
and
yeah.
then you and then the community went away. See, there was a time, we had, we
Because I
you know,
grew
we're home
where
alone.
I grew up, where it was
we
a
did,
community.
you know,
It was the hood, but it was a community.
you had a
Yeah.
community, because that mama that was on welfare, that was your worst enemy because she was there 24/7. You wasn't seeking doing nothing.
Yeah, she
No,
wasn't
that's
working.
right.
She was
But-
minding
She was
everybody's
there.
business.
She was
minding
there.
everybody's
You walk
business.
out your house and you think you gonna sneak somewhere or sneak your friends over.
You
Trust
know,
me, believe me,
this-
before your
this is
parents
kind of-
pull up in the driveway,
Yeah.
you were in
man.
trouble.
exactly. But
The thing of it is, you don't have community anymore. Now people
Mm.
look at you, and everybody's like,
Well, everyone's afraid to say
might get
anything
side-eye.
because everyone's
Yeah.
afraid of like
Yeah.
being sued. So it's like as
so-
you see like people like you see someone in trouble and people just sitting there recording, like people
Yeah.
like it's just it's getting everything. A lot of things are
Or
getting so
that
cold
don't
and
snitch
callous.
stuff. That
Yeah,
that-
you know.
yeah.
And that's all
Yeah.
that's this thing, and that's why I understand why God
Mhm.
put in His Word the things that He did, because now I understand it, and it's like, good grief, if things had started, things would have been like cool, but we wanted to cut this out and cut that out and cut that out. Next thing you know, here we are today, where everyone's
Chaos.
just kind of like, "Wah," and just doing
and-
whatever,
and I-
it's crazy.
I point back to the creation of the two-income family. When it became a necessary thing, we started out with where it was post World War II, and I'm not begrudging women on any of this. Just so you know, I'm not. The whole concept was they had to work during World War II because the men were at war, and so they had to do they had to in order for the war to continue on, things like that, right? In order to
They were like
society
building
to
the
run.
things, building the equipment,
and
making them,
then afterwards, the men came home
working
from
in the
work,
factories.
and the women were like, you know what, I like this working thing, and they said so they continued to work. Well, what happened with that was now all of a sudden everybody was a two-income family, so everybody had a lot more money.
So now the kids are
Okay.
being neglected.
Right, and so now the kids are being neglected,
Or they're
But
being raised
they have
by
a- but they have a-
strangers.
but now everything costs more because it's two-income families.
Yeah.
Now houses cost so much more because you can afford more, so we're just going to charge you more.
And of course, those
Exactly.
who own the property, they see that.
and then
as
where we
their
live, we have a greedy
opportunity to
governor.
raise
so,
the-
yeah.
raise
you,
the
gotta-
rent.
you get taxed like crazy.
Oh my
you know?
goodness, it's crazy.
And and then I mean, your electricity costs tons more than mine does.
Then it comes to
You know?
opportunities.
So all of these things happen, and when I say two-income family, when I say we should have, if you have children, you should make a choice and choose some hardships, and not have daycare raising your children.
If I was married,
Yeah,
I think,
especially
you know,
now.
my-
Good golly.
If I want my wife to be.
Glad I don't have little kids.
And it's listen,
and I
my-
got nothing against women working
Yeah.
and using
Again,
whatever
when I say
abilities
single,
they have,
too,
but I
when I
choose
talk
a
about
woman,
this,
I want her to raise my children.
I don't care who stays home. I don't care if it's the husband or the wife. Honestly, I don't.
Well,
One of them needs to stay
well,
home
it all
and raise that
depends
child.
because
I would
it's
say
how
the
we're-
mama.
How we're built.
The mama should
If
say.
you're-
Yeah, the
if
mama
you're a
needs
woman
to
and
Typically,
you're,
yeah,
you're the one
you know.
carrying the child,
Yeah.
you know,
'Cause it needs
it's
that
quite obvious
nurturing,
that
that-
it's the man who should be.
They do.
And then, if you have a boy, then
You know.
hey, 5 years old, go to daddy.
yeah.
because it's going
So
to
I-
be.
it's time for you to
I mean,
be
I don't
5 or
know
6,
how-
yeah, you gotta
you know,
like, get out there and change that tire,
son.
But the thing,
Pregnant
the
and
thing that's
working.
different, but
I guess
you
it
know,
depends
the
on
thing
what kind of
that
work she's doing.
disappeared, the thing that disappeared, even with two family. I come from my mom and my dad both work.
Mine did
But
too.
Yep.
Well,
same here.
my
We
mother
had-
was both
but-
because she was like a
but-
homemaker
but
and
we had-
after a while
we
she began
had-
to work.
But my mom still, took everything around the house. Everything was handled by my mom. But the thing of it is that we had other families. See, the family has been
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
disrupted. The family has been so
You had
disrupted because
grandmothers, you had
grandparents,
aunts, you
had- My aunt.
aunties.
You had an extended family that was there to
Yeah.
support your mom.
And of course, they have like that emotional bond as well.
Yeah.
Your kids are being raised by strangers, by teachers and coaches.
Now, I mean, it's like your children are. So we're kind of perpetuating a bad cycle. Is what I'm saying. The future doesn't necessarily look all that bright for our children because they're being raised
now they want technology to raise the children.
We have the iPad generation.
Yeah,
where they're being raised by iPads. I mean, hey, and my Gen
like now,
Z,
like on my job, they want to they want everything connected.
On that,
They want tablets in the buses so that they can monitor everything and everywhere the kids go.
Oh, really?
Where they get on the bus, where they get off the bus, what time they get on the bus, what time they get off. They want the technology to watch kids. Now, if those kids knew,
I
that they had a parent, if they knew they had a parent at their home that they could be held accountable to, they wouldn't be so quick to jump off a bus and try to go any and everywhere. When they're at a certain age, like they're in middle school or something like that, especially middle school.
Oh, middle school, that's when
because I think about when I was in middle school, I was
the
like,
wild children.
I would go anywhere. I would jump on a train, jump on a bus.
Yeah, really?
Go.
Wow, he was adventurous.
Yeah, when I was in middle school, I would jump on a train, go to New York, jump on a bus.
I was in a small
my mother would be like wondering where I was.
Oh my goodness!
But my mom was there. My mom was there.
Oh man!
I was one of those kids. And maybe this influences my attitude about it because my mom was there. She was a homemaker, and when I got home from school, yeah, you were a wild kid. But, you gave your mom. You
was a real wild child.
You got to ask for forgiveness.
I did about everything except for carry a gun. And I thank God I never had owned a gun. But
remember that time when I did? Yeah, I was.
And I was very sensitive to things like blood and stuff like that. I couldn't be in that type of environment. But when it came to everything else, running around,
I was baby kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was baby kid. You tell me no, I'm gonna figure out a way to do it.
But I was held. What I learned how to do was how to do the things that I wanted to do without my mom finding out. Okay, and but I was also the youngest in the family, so there was a certain level.
Of course,
if I know because I'm a parent, I'm an adult, and I've had kids now myself. I also know that there was a certain amount of it that she just kind of said, he's a kid, let him she knew some of the stuff I was doing and just let it happen because it's part of growing up, it's part of being a kid. It's like and it's like
you were lucky.
I had that
strict
upbringing, so there was no nothing.
I had parents. My parents ruined life because they expected. That's why anything we did was not a surprise, and they would always tell us, "I was your age once, and the game is still the same. The name has changed." And when they find out we did something, it wasn't no big uproar because they knew
expected.
we were going to do it.
Yeah,
Expected, and it sneaking and doing it just killed the drive.
No. It's no fun when you don't have
because we knew because you see your friends and they do stuff and then you hear you see their parents chasing them down the street. Our parents were more I know you were going to do it. Now we're going to create an environment for you to do it in because you're going to do it. We're going to make sure you do it safe. And a lot of things we just couldn't, we just didn't, because I think the fire behind it is thinking you're getting away with something. And for us, when we found out we weren't getting away with anything, they were already 10 steps ahead of us and knew what our plans were and what we were going to, and they would call us out, we know what you're going to go do. And we're like, what's the point?
Now we didn't dare.
If you're just gonna say, if you're just gonna let me do it,
I mean, you know about it. What's the point? Everybody else is sneaking.
But I do think, I mean, there's a difference there. I mean, if you had, if there was somebody at home that would call you out, I mean, you're being held accountable to, and you'll trust. I mean, you were a wild child, and later on in life, you now appreciate what that was like, and you turn that, it's like, okay, here's your kids are like, I have kids now, and they're grown up now. But as they grew, they were doing things, and I knew what they were doing, to a certain extent, and it was like, okay, here's the deal. You're allowed your job. I told my oldest this very thing. Your job is to have as much fun as you can without hurting your future. So you got to get your homework done. Don't go to jail. And so that was
future.
Without hurting
don't
your
get
future.
arrested. Don't do that. I get it.
Don't be getting arrested. Don't be. And you know what? And to this day, he there's certain things like he never got into drugs. He never got. Neither one of my boys have gotten into drugs. Neither one have gotten heavily.
Well, I
into
did
drinking.
not. I experienced a little bit, but
With jail, we didn't
I
have
can
to
remember.
worry
I
about
can remember.
it. My parents
I
made
can
it
remember we
clear
had
that
these
if
books.
you go, they
I don't know where I got these books. I
told
don't
us
know if
that
it was school or
if
a
you
library.
worked hard to go
It
It
there,
had every
that's
kind of
definitely where you want
drug,
to-
every kind of over-the-counter prescription,
Oh my goodness.
illegal drug. It had images of people, and it had all kinds of how the drugs would affect you, and
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Probably library
then
books.
they
So you can
showed
select the right
some of the
ones.
results of
Yeah.
drugs, and you would see images of people with the what did they call those things on their arms? The
Tattoos.
drug from the
Oh.
syringe needles they would
Oh,
take.
that
yeah.
stuff.
The track
And
marks.
the arms
Yeah.
are swole, something like
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
and that put the fear of drugs in me.
I don't know what I
We
saw
had-
in
And I
Philly
also
and
got
Kensington.
on venereal
we had a
diseases
guy come to our
that
school.
are like sexually transmitted diseases.
That was
stuff like that.
like
All
yeah.
that stuff.
We had that.
Seeing that stuff.
But the thing that I think that stuck with us the most is when my parents told us when we became of age, and they told us that if you do anything that you're going to go to jail, know that you will be there. Don't call. Don't look
I
for
don't
us.
even know why I didn't go to jail.
Because you work to get there, and we don't want to rob you of your joy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, this is something that I want to check out. So, anyone have anything else? What happened?
I just want to say I was an angel.
You were
I was this. Yeah.
You were perfect.
Oh, when you were a child?
Yeah, you were a perfect child. I know that about your red nails.
I don't believe it.
That was perfect.
Right.
You know?
All right, let's always
But-
make room
Yeah,
for lightning
yeah.
strikes. So we don't get hit.
Oh man. Yeah, I figure maybe we can
ones that get you.
wrap up a little bit early. And how much time does everyone have?
We've got a little bit of time yet.
We've been doing this for about 45 minutes.
Minutes.
We're good 45 minutes in right now.
We're in. Okay. Well, I wanted to check out some of the thing over in Horizon, and we can if we can get a private room for that game that you were talking about, and I can
the
record
kaiju
over
game?
there. Yeah, I can record over
Sure.
there and just us having fun. So we're gonna wrap up the conversation and just go have a little bit of fun for this episode of
It's called
Tweets.
team building.
Yes, team building,
It's been-
working
we've been doing this
together.
for like over an hour. It's over an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how's your headset
7:30.
charge?
Yeah,
I'm-
everyone's
I'm-
got a
I'm
good
on the
charge.
charge.
So it's been over an
Okay.
hour.
Okay, all
All
right.
right.
So,
All right. So
how-
thanks for
how-
coming to Peeps. Appreciate you being here.
Yep. And I'll record us having some fun. Yep, this was our topic part, and now you can come with us when we go out have a little bit of fun, and something new. Have a little
See if you
recreation
can
after
figure
some
out who's
topics.
who in
and stuff.
Horizon Worlds.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. All right. Whoa, I see you. Oh. Oh, let me hide. My stuff is freezing. Oh, there it is. Now we gotta shoot Godzilla, right? Uh-oh, I heard meow. What? What? Where are you? Where are you guys? I lost you. Oh. Oh, can't go through there. You're just running around. It's like some stuff you can't get into. I'm gonna... Oh, snap! Yeah! There. I'm shooting you constantly. How long do you have to keep shooting? Left trigger down. Oh, man. Because I'm right up on you. Oh, now I'm flying. Oh, I just jumped. Oh! Oh! Oh, you're stomped on me. No! Rampage style. Ah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was jumping. She stomped on me. Oh wait, yeah, I want this. Laser charge refilled. Yes. Where is she? Oh. How did she do that? Oh my goodness. Oh man. Knocking down trees and everything. In the middle of the road. Oh. Shield down, defend the building. Okay. Oh, let me get this, whatever this is. B. Plasma ball. Where are you guys? Yeah, I got a laser ball or something. Oh, there you go. Oh! Oh, oh, snap. Wow. Whoa, there's a tornado. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. No. Yeah. Oh, I need the laser up. Here we go. Yeah. Whoa, I just see you flying, Red. That's crazy. Oh. Maybe I'm not close enough, because I keep shooting. Yeah, no, I am. I'm just like, I'm like right up on you. Oh, don't laser me. No! No! Oh my goodness. Man! Oh, she lasered me. Oh, I went, but I couldn't move. Once she got me in the laser thing, I was like, oh, stuck. Oh my goodness. Oh, who she got? She was laser eyeballing somebody. Don't eyeball me, boy. Don't eyeball me. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday! Is it working? It's right there. Right next to like the it's a really pretty building here. Oh. Yeah, I gotta go find something. Shield down. I gotta go get some Oh! Man! She destroyed the whole city! Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Right. Wait a minute, I don't even have a weapon yet. Where's my weapon? Oh no, I don't have a weapon. Oh. Alright, let me back up. Alright. Let me back up. Oh, look. What happened? Oh, she stamped on me? She stomped on me. Oh my goodness, she stomped on me. I got that one. Ba-boom. And another one. All right, I got two of them. I got two of them. Bam. Yeah, I'm trying. Come on, jump. Okay, thank you. Wow, I just saw. Whoa, I just saw a beam, like, just like. Get her. Get her. Oh, poof. Poof. Oh, I want that one. Oh, snap, no. No, 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 no. There. buildings. Look at this. Look at this. Where is she? Oh, I lost you. Oh. Ooh. Whoa. I'm getting all these power-ups. Shield down. There. How can I get... What? Why won't it let me, like, get it? Why won't it let me get it? Oh, okay. I was being greedy. I guess I was... Where is she? Where is she? Oh. Oh my goodness. I need... Oh man, I need a path. Uh-oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh. Oh my goodness. It's like so easily avoidable. I need some power-ups. Yeah, I can't. Oh, I can't get this one either. So you say if you can't get them, that means you have enough, like, enough juice? Oh, okay. Where is she? Oh, you alright? Woohoo! That was good. I jumped right under your feet. I jumped right under her feet. There was like a power up right on. I was like, oh, I gotta get that one. Oh no! Get away from that bank. Get away from that bank. Oh man. Nope, not me. Not me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I was going after that when you got my power up. That's what I was doing. It is so avoidable. How long do you have to like shoot before like? Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, you got it. Huh? Oh. Wow. Whoa. Oh. Oh no. Wow. Okay, round starting. How do I start? Yeah. What do I do now? I hit start. Oh, okay, I'll get bigger when I do that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm going for the bank. Oh, I can't hit that one though. It's like a thing. Yeah. Alright, let me get this. Come on, don't move. What in the world? Okay. What is wrong with there? Okay, there we go. next time. It was good. All right. Thank you. Oh, don't even try it. How do I get down? I want too small a building. Okay. We go after this one. Ow. Hit the chair. Oh, those are the ones. Oh, okay. Oh man. Oh, I see it. I see it.